All these years, or rather decades, have literally flown by. Look how young our children were.
I know. Now they're adults. They've gone through so much and always counted on our strength. So today, we can celebrate not only Helen's birthday, but also our tenacity.
Yes, you always said that. Together, we are a true force to be reckoned with. We overcame so many obstacles. Remember in 2003, when she was 15 years old, the geneticist diagnosed Helen with Alpha Mannosidosis. It took 18 months to finally get an answer. All those exams and tests.
Well, the pediatrician did have some suspicions, but the cause was not clear. Otorhinolaryngologist, neurologist, ophthalmologist, orthopedist, speech therapist, everyone looked at it from their perspective, and no one ever considered the possibility of a genetic disease.
Right. If I'm not wrong, someone had even questioned that Helen would ever be able to speak.
But she did, and when she started, there was just no stopping her.
Yes, really. And then school. Good thing Helen was lucky to always have very attentive teachers who understood and helped her. At home, she was always cheerful and always in a good mood. She always liked movies, TV, music. By the way, have you already packed the gift to take?
Yes, I did. I wrapped it up nicely. She will really be happy. You were good at finding that TV series from many years ago that she wanted. I bet that today the whole department will organize a memorable party for her. Everyone loves her and appreciates her passion for music, movies, and fashion. She just devours magazines. I sometimes think she's more informed than the journalists themselves.
Remember 2 years ago?
Yes, it was terrible that time. She was no longer able to move. She went into a coma, all her limbs paralyzed. She had to be intubated so they could feed her.
What a horrible time. All the staff were so helpful. And then, when she recovered, thanks to those injections, she had good improvement. Now she eats alone, she speaks, she is really good moving around in her wheelchair. She even named it. What does she call it?
Right, she calls it Turbo Wheel. Our girl is really creative.
She sure is. However, we have been brave too. It was not easy to accept her diagnosis. Who had even heard of Alpha Mannosidosis?
Only people who are in our condition can understand how difficult it is for a parent, not only to accept, but also to manage a disease like this. One must always be ready for anything. But one finds the courage. You have to find the strength within yourself and help each other. And luckily, new research has changed her prospects, and those of Peter too.
Right, Peter, him too. Loss of consciousness, intubation, paralysis, all very similar to that of Helen.
I think this was in 2004, but he was less fortunate.
Well, he is older, 50 years. I had lost count. Helen's only 32. His diagnosis of Alpha Mannosidosis was in 2010. No, in 2012. Peter has always been much more shy. It has never been easy to talk to him.
Yes, it was a puzzle for doctors. Before diagnosing Alpha Mannosidosis, they thought it was a myopathy. But the urine test was decisive, thanks to Helen. They really had similar symptoms. He started walking late too. His teachers could no longer teach him to read and write. We could write a book for other parents in our situation.
Well, we've never been interested in associations. We could think about it. We would have many tips to offer. All of our experience. Peter, in spite of it all, also developed his preferences. He is so passionate about history.
Indeed. During his teens, he loved all kinds of sports. He swam well, he loved skiing, and did those really interesting designs. Too bad he didn't cultivate his artistic side.
He has also benefited a lot from the therapy. He manages to get up. He is trying to walk alone by leaning on furniture. He eats more solid foods, and even if he doesn't speak, he knows exactly what is said to him.
Helen and Peter have really different characters. Helen still feels a little uncomfortable about her condition today, but Peter accepted it. Without research progress, it wouldn't have been the same. We must never lose hope. Never. I don't think of a real cure, but with a disease like Alpha Mannosidosis, only stabilizing it means a lot. And thanks to recent therapeutic discoveries, I would say that the future will certainly be more positive and peaceful for everyone.
For now, let's just be happy that Peter is better. He suffered a lot after his diagnosis because he did not feel understood. but he was well placed in a center where he is cared for, in his second home. And he is working hard to regain his independence, even if he is not terribly sociable when he gets an idea in his head.
And it has also become Helen's second home. It was really nice to be able to bring them together in such a well-equipped center. I see them. They are really happy to be reunited. They have a family dimension that helps them a lot.
And since it was not possible to celebrate their birthdays together last time, next year will be different. Then over there in the countryside, there is a truly relaxing and peaceful atmosphere.
It's true. You know what? I'm thinking of arranging a surprise. I'm sure that after all the difficulties we went through and have overcome, a good party to celebrate the newfound serenity is just what it takes.